Hi, I'm making this video about two things, about The Visit and about the horror genre in general and some thoughts that I have about it. So, recently I went to see The Visit, and I was really excited to see it. I just thought it looked really creepy in the trailers, and that's my favorite kind of horror film. I really just like creepy shit. It's probably because I'm really creepy, but regardless, some people have been saying that it's ableist, and I want to talk about that and about ableism in the horror genre in general. There's going to be spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie and you don't like spoilers, don't watch this video. So, do I think The Visit is ableist? Not really, no. Do I think the horror genre as a whole is ableist? Extremely. Now, mental illness plays a huge part in The Visit. Nana and Pop Pop are ex-psychiatric hospital patients. They're both very mentally ill, and the strange behaviors that they display because of their mental illness is a big part of why the movie is creepy to the viewer. The biggest one being Nana's sundowning syndrome, the strange and sometimes scary things that she does at night. The reason I don't think this is ableist is because their behavior is only as creepy as it is to the main characters. It's documentary style, so we're seeing the video from the perspective of two children staying with two adults who they've never met or even seen before and who are doing weird things at night. So it's really scary to them, and it's scary to the viewer. I don't think that the movie's trying to say, oh my gosh, these people are scary because they're mentally ill. It's rather that they're scary because they're literal, they're murderers, and it's implied and subtly hinted until it's straight up just said, and that's when it becomes actually scary. Before, it's just creepy for the reason that I said, because you're seeing it as these two children who are like, what the fuck is going on? But then when you start picking up the subtle hints that they have killed people, it starts to get scarier and scarier, and they don't become scary until you find out that they're murderers. That's how I feel about The Visit itself, but as for the horror genre as a whole, I think it's very ableist, because I think it's that way for a reason, though, because if there's two things that the average population does not understand, it's the occult and the mentally ill. So that's why we have so many demonic possession and ghost movies and so many movies that focus on mentally ill people, or sometimes we put them together and get haunted asylum movies. I think that the horror genre should stop using mentally ill behavior to be like, oh my gosh, look, they're not neurotypical, that's really scary, because it just perpetuates a fear of the mentally ill. And granted, typically in these movies, the mentally ill villain is a villain because they've killed someone, but they're usually the villain before they even do anything wrong because they're mentally ill. Like, you're going to dislike them before you find out that they're the murderer or whatever, just because they're mentally ill. And it's set up that way, and I really think that needs to stop. I don't want this video to be too long, and that's really all I have to say about it without going into like extreme depth about it. I don't think The Visit is ableist, and I don't think the horror genre is going to give up its ableism anytime soon, because it sells pretty well, and as an industry, they're just going to keep making their money regardless. So that's my thoughts about it. I thought The Visit was good. If you like creepy stuff, creepy background stuff, there wasn't too much gore. I really liked it. I'm probably going to make a video soon about movies that I'm excited about, which is mostly just horror films. But yeah, so those are my thoughts about that.